GridLine rap battles. Waldo versus Banksy.
Hello everybody, welcome to the BTS of Waldo versus Banksy, or Banksy versus Waldo, whatever the fuck I wanted to call this. I don't really remember the title. We're going to make the BTS relatively short this time and much more condensed, much more packed, and also not as interviewee because somebody who may or may not currently be in my ear right now decided to complain about it. He just told me to go fuck myself. So where do I begin with this one? This one started, golly, August. So we started this in August. August is when we made the doc and we got all like the casting together and stuff like that. And we got the idea originally from RJ, or Brodekai. I think we were just brainstorming ideas, and he asked Carmen Sandiego versus Waldo, and I said maybe in sort of like a skeptical tone. Then he said Banksy versus Waldo, and I was like, no, hold on, my man, you onto something here. So I rolled with it, and I think later that night I was talking to Jacob and Dylan. Should we go through this? This is a fun idea. We really don't have anything stocked up right now, battle-wise, and they were like, yeah, that sounds actually pretty cool. The writing process was shockingly quick. There was a couple of them, especially for the album, that had really quick writing processes to them, and this took 2-3 writing sessions maybe. And during that time we found out a lot about Waldo and not a lot about Banksy. We found out afterwards that Banksy had a documentary that we really could have gone and watched but didn't. But we found out that there is a disturbing amount of Where's Waldo lore, which in its own right is very strange, but it took us about 2 writing sessions. The battle's not very long, but even some shorter battles like take their sweet ass time getting done. In terms of casting, Waldo was always going to be Dylan, it sort of just fit him, I suppose, just sort of like how we wanted to play him. Just a nerdy white guy. And we felt Dylan could do that. As for Banksy was going to be all completely me. I was going to be doing the voice and everything, but then I'm like, you know, I really don't wanna. And also, real British people exist. And not only that, real British people exist pretty close to my circles. So I sent a message over to King YouTube saying, hey, I'm doing a Banksy battle. Do you want to play Banksy? And he was on vacation at the time, so I thought he was like straight spurring me and being like, no, fuck y'all. But eventually he came back from vacation and said, yeah, that sounds really fun. And I sent him Jacob's demo, and I'll put up the screenshot and let you guys decide how that went out. Speaking of Jacob's around this point, I think it was Banksy versus Waldo, which was the one that he started doing it, if I'm not mistaken. But Waldo, around that time in August, when we were kind of getting stuff going, Jacob started doing mock-up thumbnails for the upcoming battles, and he actually recorded this one. I don't think he's recorded any of the other ones, but he did record this one, so there's that. Alright,
so we got the camera up here, and like I said, I'm not exactly going for 100% accuracy because something that represents it, and I don't have spray can to paint around here, so we're gonna deal with this. Not sponsored. Alright, so I put a timer, I don't know if you can hear me through the fucking thing, put a timer of 10 seconds to be safe. And like I said, I think I want them both to be leaning in from the side of the screen. I'm trying to figure out how exactly though. I think I want Banksy to kind of like be facing this way, but like his head is turning that way, like he's in the middle of spray painting something. And Waldo's just gonna be like smiling and waving. Yeah. That looks like a shitty Pokemon trainer. Nah, fuck. I mean, obviously, the final one isn't going to look exactly like it anyways, I'm just saying. I found doing these to be pretty helpful because, hold on. I found doing doing these to be pretty helpful because before I started doing these, I would just like you know, have to choose between whatever thumbnail shots that happened to be taken. So like sometimes it didn't come out of it. Like the Chills vs Sterling one. The thumbnail came out pretty good. It's just like, yeah, I wish I had more control over the poses they had. I didn't even know that battle was being made. Let's find out. A 1, 2, a 3. 3. Alright, that's good. So then I pretty much just make the thumbnail with those pictures, and then when I get the actual thumbnail shots, I just add the same effects that I added to these. And then yeah, that's how you make a thumbnail. I assume it's gonna cut back to Tibbs saying some bullshit, so here we go. See you guys later.
In terms of editing for this one had a lot of like graphic and motion capabilities, and a guy that I know who I've met relatively recently who's been very good at that is Musiclide. He works a lot with Dustin. He's been working with him on a lot of color correction mostly, but he started doing a couple of motion graphic things and some sort of a little bit of cleanup duty and like some of their own independent scenes in parts of Dustin's battle. I'll show some of those on screen right now. But I saw those and I had been talking with him for a little bit. Musiclide's a really cool guy. So I messaged him one day and said, hey, how would you feel about doing a battle for me? And he got some ideas going, and as soon as we got him the footage, he just blasted through that and he got a lot done very quickly, and I was like, holy crap, this is sensational. So the entire process, especially in the editing stage, lasted a lot shorter than what I expected it to be. And Musiclide's a great editor, and he's an incredibly efficient editor, and to that I say thank you, Musiclide. You did a fucking phenomenal job on this one, and I couldn't thank you enough for being part of this specific project. The costume design was relatively simple. Both of these guys really don't have all that much to them. Especially for Banksy, which is like, really, you've got one interview that might be Banksy, and I went off of that, and I basically was like, okay, he's got a hat on, he's got longer hair like I do. Whenever I like leave my hair going, it kind of fluffs out the back, so it's like, okay, hat, longer hair. Then I'm like, okay, I need a neck covering, and Jacob was like, put on a t-shirt, and I'm like, no, that's jank. So then he was like, we'll get a neck gaiter. So I'm like, okay, I got a neck gaiter. And then he's like, no, you need this neck gaiter. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean, this neck gaiter? And he's like, you need this one. And then for Waldo, we just mostly got that from Amazon, if not all of it from Amazon. I mean, there's cosplay costumes out there, there's higher quality costumes out there, and we just were like, okay, let's go for the deluxe costume, which, if I recall, was just like a proper like knitted sweater, the hat, and then we got the cane, I think. So it really wasn't that hard, because otherwise it's just jeans and shoes. And then for exit through the gift shop line, which is Banksy's last line, he sort of does this pushing motion. I wanted to get a shopping cart, but I didn't know where to get a shopping cart from, because they don't just sell those on Amazon. So we were actually contemplating going and asking like a grocery store, be like, hey, can I like buy a motherfucking shopping cart from you? But then I was like, no, I really don't want to go in there looking real stupid. And then what the fuck am I going to do with a shopping cart after that? Yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this BTS. I hope you all liked the battle. I hope you all enjoyed the BTS. And I will see you guys in the next GridLine rap battle. So till then, see ya.